Let me tell you something people don't want to hear. If it doesn't feel hard, it's probably not important. Because everything that actually changes your life comes with resistance. Yeah, so today I wanted to touch on resistance. I made a TikTok about it actually. So I thought today that would be a decent topic to touch on. The fact that, if you're not feeling any resistance, what you're doing probably isn't worth it. And I strongly believe that, through going through certain things in my life, getting to the stage that I'm at now, where I am now, there's been a lot of resistance. Over the past week, I've had a lot of resistance in relation to like software that I was using and it just popping down on me, Yeah, I think resistance is key, man. If we don't have resistance, if we don't come across resistance in relation to like leveling up our lives, then the likelihood of it is that it's not worth doing. If it feels easy, then it's not worth doing. And guys, I'm sorry to interrupt, but go and grab my free 7-day reset ebook. The link is in the bio. Now let's get back to this. I mentioned in another one of my TikToks, challenging oneself. It's important to challenge yourself, And I'll be honest with you, I've only started challenging myself of late. I am a victim to easy. I have been victim to easy. Easy money. That was me. But to be fair, once I went to jail, for instance, I needed something to take up the time. So I picked up a degree. I started a degree. What I should have really done, I'll be honest with you, and I don't want to get into the habit of starting things and not finishing them, but I should have just picked up an access course and just had something to do while I was in there. And if I'm real, I thought I was going to be in there a little bit longer, so I would have got through more of it. I knew that in there, I'll be able to do a lot more, but out here, life would just start lifing and it would be a lot more difficult for me to do outside with work, family, whatnot. People do it, but, people do it, but I wouldn't have taken that on. But I did start a degree, business and management, and I started in, I think it was 2024. So I did pretty much a year of it. No, tell a lie. I'd done 6 months, and in the other 6 months, I ended up out. The last part of the 6 months, the second 6 months, I ended up being out. So I didn't finish it. I deferred it. So it's something that I can go back to. But I wanted to challenge myself. And I did really good. The first 6 months, I did really good. I passed. So, yeah, just getting into challenging yourself is key. And also finishing. You know what I mean? I can only give myself a half a pat on the back because I didn't actually finish. I deferred. Because like I said, I came out, I need to start working, and life just became life. And I wanted to do this also. I wanted to do social media. So I knew that balancing all of that, I had to be realistic with myself. Balancing all of that, work, family life, studying, social media, I knew that would be a heavy task, a heavy burden. And I didn't want to put myself under all that pressure. I don't mind putting myself under pressure, but that was studying on top of all of this, and life is a different kind of pressure. So, but I do encourage you lot to start and finish. I do encourage you to start and finish. This, I intend on starting and finishing. And who knows where that end that end will be. You know, social media is something, it seems like people are making careers out of it. So when will it end? I don't know. I hope it doesn't. I hope I can do this till the day that I die. But we'll see. We'll just keep plugging. The thing that will change your life will always be resistance. People always quit because of uncomfortability. Very true. People always quit because of uncomfortability. We have to feel like, for me, doing social media, working, this is uncomfortable. It's hard. I went to bed at 1 last night and I was up this morning. I got up a little later than usual, only because I went to bed so late. I was working on a few things. And yeah, getting up this morning at 5:30, it's hard. It's not easy. But that's that uncomfortable. I could have laid in until 6:30, got up and went straight to work. But I'm here. I thought, let me bang out a video before I leave, even if it is only half an hour that I've got to get it done. I thought, let me just do it. One less thing for me to do in the evening. It's uncomfortable. This is, for me, that is resistance. Getting 4.5 hours sleep, that is resistance. You know, a lot of people can function off of 4.5 hours sleep. So let me say this, resistance is not a sign to stop. It isn't. It's a sign that you've actually found something that matters. You know, the moment you feel friction, that doubt or that pressure, that is the actual test. And that is where growth lies. A lot of us run from the resistance. And like I said, I've been guilty of it. I feel like I slightly did run from the resistance when it came to finishing the degree, or at least finishing the first year. I slightly ran from resistance. But I ran from it to find resistance elsewhere in a new pursuit, you know? So I didn't totally run from it. I took on another challenge because I felt like this would be more beneficial for me. I'm not knocking degrees and whatnot, but honestly, I feel like those bits of paper nowadays do not matter as much. They don't. People are making careers off of their own backs, off of their own minds, off of their own mouths, nothing that they've been taught. Let me know if you agree with that. Get in the comments, because I know that a lot of people are big on study, and they have every right to be big on it, because I feel like studying is very important. It is important, but in this day and age, let's just be honest, you don't need a piece of paper to tell you that you're great. You know what I mean? You don't. We need to stop asking ourselves why things are so hard though, and start asking yourself, why does it matter? Resistance is key, man. If there's resistance, then there is no growth. There's no meaning. With no resistance, you'll find there's no reward, man. Honestly. Guys, we, because I say we, because I need to also, we need to start leaning into what challenges us. Because that's where the next level lies, man. Guys, let me know what you think. Get in the comments. If you're feeling any resistance right now, let me know. Let me know what it is, how far you've got into it, why you feel like quitting. Let's get a conversation going. Guys, it's just a paper boy, and I'll catch you on the next one.